Hey fam, Julia Rose here. Happy to bring this message to you today. It's some tea. First of all, just don't mind the whole redness situation. It's not an allergic reaction. It's just a throat chakra activation. So I wanted to get this message to you today because I think you need to hear it. So I pray it finds you when you need it and that you take what resonates and leave the rest. So first thing first is you have a lot of people shook right now. Just with the way that you've been showing up. And you kind of have this feeling that all eyes are on you and that people are looking at you in a new way. And they're kind of shook at your emotional mastery or what you're like, how you're carrying yourself and how you're showing up in the world. People are kind of like, whoa, huh? Shook. Shook. And I feel like some people around you used to judge you for decisions that you've made, or they've been making a lot of assumptions about you and the way that you operate. And a lot is coming to light now about how wrong they were to judge you for certain things, how wrong they were to make assumptions about why you're acting the way that you're acting, or why you say certain things, or don't say certain things, why you move the way that you do, either out of connections or into connections. And we had I'll show you. The 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Rings, camera guy, King of Flutes, the single dad. Ooh. Nine of Swords, 9 of Mirrors, blindsided. Queen of Mirrors. And the Ace of Mirrors. Some people might have thought you were just being mean when you said certain things, or that you were being rude or intentionally disrespectful by behaving or acting in certain ways, or like saying certain things. But ultimately, people are figuring out that they were so wrong to judge you. They were so wrong to judge you because they didn't understand that you were acting on your intuition and that you saw things and smelled them 100 miles away before they even happened. So when you acted the way that you acted, people might have judged you and gotten upset with you for doing things that really surprised them and that were really unexpected. And you're just in this energy and you're like, well, you know what? I don't have time to sit here and justify my intuition because this is something that my guides are directly telling me. This is something that I'm perceiving as fact. So you're acting based on that. And a lot is starting to come to light now about how right you have been, how right you were, and how right you've been up to this point to navigate connections and workplace situations for some of you in a certain way. Where people thought you were just rude or like straight up mean, they're now shook because they see that you saw right through certain realities and you didn't stick around to deal with certain people's issues. You don't tolerate disrespect. And what you were seeing was disrespect. And you've done enough work on yourself. You've done enough work to see all the ways that maybe you've let people disrespect you in the past, that people have taken advantage of you, and you know how to artfully distance yourself and create boundaries around certain situations and certain people. So everyone's getting smacked by that truth right now. Everyone in your life is getting smacked because they're just finally catching on to things that you've been seeing this whole time. Things that you've been saying this whole time. That people were like, oh yeah, but blah, 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 but trying to justify or explain things away. Now they're in situations where it's just not possible. They can't deny anymore what's right in front of them. And so you you have people looking at you like, whoa, they've actually been in their power this whole time. They've been in their power this whole time. And this is like a whole new level of respect that people have for you. They're shook. They're shook. Well, dang. Well, dang. Like, some of you have made predictions about people. Some of you have said the truth about certain situations, certain people, and then just walked away like it was nothing. And people were like, oh, yeah, right. And then everything happened exactly according to what you said would happen. And you didn't stick around for the fallout, but they did. And now they're the ones getting smacked with realizations. I'm hearing bitch slap back into reality. Bam. Whoa. So you just keep on doing you, okay? Like, some people didn't understand why you stepped away from certain connections. And maybe because maybe you did or didn't say something that was relevant for other people connected to a certain person or to a certain situation. And you chose to wait until the divine timing aligned. Until, glitch on this video. You chose to wait until it was aligned for you to say something about what you've been seeing. To say and explain yourself. And say, well, actually, this, and this. I feel like people didn't understand that your intuitive movements had logic behind them. And I'm seeing even more deeply is that what people didn't understand is how much they don't understand you and the way that you operate. And how much you're really in tune. So these people are getting serious awakenings right now. Serious awakenings. Because you trigger that by speaking your truth. And you naturally affect truth and higher vibrations into other people's lives when you speak your truth. That is the power of truth. That is the power of divine alignment. When you embody that, it naturally ripples into the lives of those you're connected to. And I don't think you understood the depth of that, or people around you also didn't understand the depth of that. Because now that you're out here just doing your thing, people are like you're standing on some real shit, and they didn't know that. They didn't get it. Yeah, I'm like, this energy is so activating, it's like making me itchy all over. Powerful. Like, your voice is getting so activated right now because you are seeing the truth. You're not seeing the bullshit that other people are projecting. Your vision cuts right through it. We have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, I pre-shuffled this time. I don't normally, but it was just because I had to get the tea. 7 of Roses, drama. 5 of Wands, 5 of Roses, competition. And the World. Like, huh? Shook. They're shook. And on the bottom of the deck, the 7 of Flutes, the Edit. Cutting ties. Or not holding back, not biting your tongue anymore when you have something to say. And knowing that your truth is being amplified for a reason. Some of you have been afraid to let people who used to know you see you for who you've become, but they need that version of you. People need to see who you've become. People need to experience the facts and the depth that you stand on. And what you're going to see is maybe people saw this in you before you did. And you're at a whole new level of power within yourself because you've started to see yourself clearly. Maybe some people are coming to you for advice. Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands, Five of Wands, the World. You're not playing a game anymore. And I feel like you standing in your truth is ripping off so many masks. So many masks. Because you are in this energy of like, you know what? I deserve the best for myself. And I don't have to be quiet about it. I don't have to hide my light. And good for you, because you freaking don't. People need to see this. People need to see this and understand this from you. That you've always stood on business. You just navigated it differently. And now that you have more acceptance of yourself, you're just in your power all the time. No one can tell you anything. If anything, it's like you're starting to get even more proof of how intuitive decisions you've made or intuitive things you've said have always panned out on the side of truth. You're starting to be validated for how right you've been and how right you are. To trust yourself, to trust your gut. And if anything, it's causing tower moments everywhere around you. You've already been through that. God already shook your shit up. It doesn't need to happen again. I pulled a couple of the goddess cards. We have Erikura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and don't give up. And I feel like maybe you feel like you're just stepping into this, but this is something, this aspect of you that has been like committed to the cold hard truth is something that you're embracing even more about yourself. Other people might have been aware of this, but you didn't have an awareness of yourself because you were so easily swept up into other people's realities. Yeah. For some of you, this is about certain relationships that have come and gone. And because you have so much understanding of the self as a soul and about soul contracts and karma and what this journey is really that we're on, you are able to have love and reverence for everything that you've experienced, even the darkest, hardest things you've been through, because it all got you to this point where you could realize how much power you really have in and of yourself. With Isolt, undying love. The love you've shared is eternal regardless of the situation. But you see, I'm hearing that song. Self-love is the best love, and your love is the worst drug. Then we have Mawu, Mother Earth. You are called to help with environmentalism. Self-love is the best love, and your love is the worst drug. Yep. All because you chose to find yourself and you committed to the inner journey, the Hermit. Well, at least in this deck. Number 9, in the moment. You trust yourself moment to moment. You trust yourself and you trust God enough to be present. This is amazing. You don't understand what an impact this is having on the lives of those that are a part of these situations, but also everyone that they're connected to. Things are changing really quickly for you. Very quickly. And I'm hearing you always come out on top, no matter what it is. Even if it takes longer than you expected, you always come out on top. Wow. Okay, I'm going to finish this message over on Patreon, so come join me there. Links in the description box. Also, I'm hosting a virtual cacao ceremony this new moon on January 29th. It's also the Lunar New Year, and I'm really excited because it's going to be a really powerful guided meditation where we're going to set intentions, not just for this particular moon cycle, but for the entire year that lay ahead. So if you're interested in getting on the ball and getting on the forefront of that energy, come join me, and we'll We'll honor cacao together. We'll honor each other, and we'll set intentions for the highest outcome of ourselves and for all. All right. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one, which is over on Patreon. Okay, come see me over there. Links for everything that I'm up to and every way to get involved with my work is in the description box below.